A dissection of a character that works best without having a dissection. Today I'll be reviewing the Joker movie here on Movies in a Nutshell. Hello everyone and welcome to Movies in a Nutshell, where we talk about movies in a quick way so you can get on with your day. I am your incredible host, Detective Artemis, and before we go on, you hit that thumbs up button because I know it, you know it, Martha Wayne's Pearls knows it. You really want to like this, please? Today our movie will be Joker. In this video, we'll be talking about spoilers, so if you haven't seen Joker yet, hit that watch it or button on this video, go and watch the movie, and then come back in and join the discussion. Go! Or if you don't care about spoilers, sit back and let's talk. Directed by Todd Phillips of the Hangover movies, with clear inspiration from other movies like The King of Comedy and Taxi Driver, both of which happen to star Robert De Niro, who is also in this movie. It could also be argued that The Killing Joke added influence to this movie as well, with the whole one bad day breaking point. Our story here is about a guy named Arthur Fleck. God damn it, another clown with the name Art. Someone out there clearly hates me, and I will find you and I will shove a big top up your big ass, whoever you are. He rises from a tragic sympathetic character to the murderous villain psychopath that we all know and love, right? We see old Arty going through everyday normal things like getting bullied, getting assaulted by kids, shooting people, killing his lying mom, and finding out that Thomas Wayne is his dad, making him and Bruce half-brothers. Wait, what? Yup, you heard right. Alright, now let's go ahead and address that elephant. So throughout the movie, Arthur's mom, Penny, kept awaiting mail from Thomas Wayne. She's just all like, did the mail come in yet? Thomas Wayne, he's gonna send us a letter. He can't see us like this. I used to work for him, you know. Oh, by the way, in this movie, Thomas Wayne is not the beloved martyr, surgeon, saint of Gotham that we know. No, he's just another rich guy trying to be a politician. What a douche. Grab Gotham by the pussy. Anyways, she kept waiting for that letter from him, and right away I was like, oh my god, don't tell me. Don't fucking tell me. I already knew what was happening. Then we learned from his mom that Thomas Wayne, you are the father. Or is he? We also learned that Penny was committed to Arkham State Hospital, not asylum, and that Arthur was actually adopted, therefore not making Thomas Wayne the dad. Or is he? The one thing that supports her case is that there was a picture of her with Thomas Wayne right on the back of the picture saying, I love your smile. Now the idea of infidelity doesn't really seem like a stretch at this point. I'm pretty sure at one point he was banging her, for sure. He also might have did a dark cover-up to avoid a scandal like that. But I mean, a politician wouldn't do that though, right? We can always trust them. Just ask Marilyn Monroe. The idea of Bruce Wayne and the Joker being brothers just makes me cringe. And honestly, it's kind of a big fuck you to the fans like myself. I mean, what's worse than making the Joker the killer of the Waynes? You make him his goddamn brother. But then again, it does work in the context of the film, but it is also a massive deviation. Part of me died a little bit, not gonna lie. After Joker reaches his rise as Gotham's underworld hero, during the riots that were indirectly caused by him, we see the Waynes get gunned down again for like the 1,000th time in a movie. Seriously, who has died more in a movie? The Waynes or Uncle Ben? I got my money on the Waynes. Uncle Ben, he ain't too far off though. The only other thing that struggles to stay alive is a Fantastic Four franchise. Lame on. So yes, instead of Batman being the reason why the Joker exists, Joker is the reason that Batman exists. I hate that. I fucking hate that. I even hated it when my beloved Keaton movie did that too. Though I can forgive that movie because that was, what, 30 years ago? And comic book movies have changed a lot since then. So it's almost like they went back a little bit. The only real excuse for it today is that the movie is trying to be overly clever. Ooh, they won't see that coming. It's safe to say that Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is like, what, in his mid to late 30s? And Bruce is about 10 or 11. And he doesn't exactly become Batman until he's like 30, so what, another 20 years from now? That would make Phoenix's Joker approaching his 60s. Therefore, Batman is a geezer beater. And that's just when Batman starts. By the time he's done with his career, Joker will probably be like in his 70s. We once again have a Joker with no bleached skin, a genius chemist capable of Joker toxin, and lacks theatricality. No, dancing around throughout the whole movie does not make it theatrical, it just makes you like fucking Buffalo Bill. And you know what, sadly, nobody cares. Except me. I guess only I care about these details, which means it's probably time for me to grow up. Never. I will never grow up. I'll be exactly like Peter Pan, except I won't be hanging out with a bunch of kids. That's just kind of weird. But I don't want to get older. Even his goddamn laugh has been reduced to a medical condition. What the fuck is that? They're really trying to give it a sense of realism, and that's cool and all, but comic book movies also need that element of fantasy. You can't make everything realistic, because then it's just It's just lame. Even Batman Begins and Dark Knight had some fantasy to it, and they tried to be uber realistic. So yeah, his laugh is no longer effective as scary, it's just annoying and uncomfortable. Alright, I am done ranting about the things that are not like the comic book, because there are some redeemable qualities about this movie. For one, Phoenix's performance was fucking amazing. I loved it. He played a great, sad, tragic character who is just sick of society treating him like shit. I think we can all kind of relate to that. Was it Oscar worthy? Absolutely. But if he gets an Oscar before Gary Oldman, I am done with life. Nominated, sure, but you give that Oscar to Gary Oldman first. Like, that guy's done everything. Also, the gritty tone was awesome, and it was great to see Joker bang a woman. Yeah, it wasn't Harley. Don't tell her. I'm assuming it was also his first time with a woman, so it was probably under a minute or so. And like, do you think he laughed afterwards? Like, whenever he got sad in the movie, he started just laughing, so he's like, oh, it's been a minute. It's okay. I'm good. Oh, let's go again. I mean, throughout the movie, he was laughing every time he was crying, so it's probably a strong chance. Now, imagine that. Joker banging you, and he cries and laughs afterwards. Whew. I might adopt that method. One of the big controversial things about this movie going in was the overall violence. And well, the violence to me was pretty tame compared to what Joker is actually capable of doing. Sure, they were fucking awesome and gruesome and pretty graphic, but there are far worse kills out there, especially in horror movies. I mean, what do you expect when you walk into a movie about the Joker? People just love to get mad. I didn't see anyone bitching about John Wick. Oh, that's because he was avenging an animal. I loved how Joker killed the people who screwed him over. Like his mom, or his coworker that got him fired, you know, the one who gave him the gun, Murray Franklin, and those Wall Street douches. We've all thought about shooting them at least one point of our lives. It actually reminds me of my favorite Joker comic, Joker's 5-Way Revenge. Have you read it? It's pretty awesome, and it ends on kind of a joke. The pacing of this movie was pretty slow at times, but I never tuned out, so that's really good. Especially when I saw Fat Alfred. Oh, Master Wayne, I'm sorry I'm late. I was wolfing down a couple of hotcakes. Now, here's a funny thing. What if Arthur's mom, Penny, was actually banging Alfred? If they got married, her name would be Penny Pennyworth. No? And will this Bruce Wayne grow up to be Robert Pattinson? I sure hope not. Keep this separated. Just kind of ended with one movie, really. But we know a sequel is a-coming. My favorite scene is where he was on the Murray Franklin show. By the way, Robert De Niro was fucking great in this movie, as he is in pretty much every movie he's in, except Little Fuckers. In that scene, Joker explains to us his reasoning for what he did. And in great Joker fashion, he blasts Murray right in the face on live TV. That looked rad, and holy shit. But then the other part of me who has watched this movie is like, this is a goddamn character flaw. Because no one is supposed to understand why the Joker does what he does. There should be no reasoning to his method. It's literally just madness and unpredictability. His methods are only supposed to make sense to himself. Hell, Batman says that shit all the time. Oh, why would anyone do this? It doesn't make sense. Oh, it makes sense to him. And that's what makes him so awesome. He's just this super insane person with a mysterious background and a mysterious way of thinking. Not everything needs to be explained to you. But at the end of the day, this movie was really made for critics and not so much fans like myself. Well, in order to shut up the comic book side of me, I gotta treat this like a fucking Elseworld story. Now it's time to rate the movie, so let's take a look at the rating system, starting with the best from the left. We have awesome must watch, damn fine movie, good dumb fun, watching your bored, and avoid at all costs. As you can tell, I was very conflicted watching this movie. There were things that I fucking hated, particularly comic book deviations. But on the movie side of me, there were things that I fucking absolutely loved, like the character development of Joker and the whole tone of the movie itself. Once again, Joaquin Phoenix did an amazing performance for this character. And I'm also accepting the fact that I'll never see a perfect live action version of the Joker. It's just not in the cards. Despite that, as I always say, it's a movie first before an adaptation. And I had to check my fanboy at the door because this was overall an excellent film. Though the one thing that did bother me on both sides of the fence, that they were really trying to cater towards those critics. You can see they were really trying to bait them in with the whole art house feel to it and everything. I'm not gonna trash it for trying to be a good film, but sometimes you can kind of tell that it was trying to be Oscar bait, and that's not a name. So I hereby declare Joker a damn fine movie. So what did you guys think of Joker? Vote on the poll above. And do you want to see a sequel? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this amazing channel. I am Detective Artemis, and oh, whoa Arthur, some nice dance moves you got there. Yeah, I've been working out, been perfecting this. I'm such a good dancer.